Pokemon Sun and Moon is almost here, and of course, as we already know, Mega Evolutions are not going to be a thing within the game. Of course, we already know that you can transfer Pokemon who have Mega Evolution into the game, and Sun and Moon will support that. However, it's not a mechanic it's going to explore anymore itself, which is quite interesting given that that was quite a big shake-up to the Pokemon franchise when it was introduced in X and Y, and of course Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now, we have an interesting set of comments from the Pokemon director Junichi Masuda, who has explained the change in focus and why Sun and Moon have introduced a new mechanic called Z moves, or Z moves, depending on pronunciation. And he said, quote, "This time around we've got various different things for people to enjoy in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and one of these things is Z moves. This is something every Pokemon can use. What we have now is a way for people to use the Pokemon they want to use, so their favourite types, their favourite Pokemon, even those which perhaps weren't so popular before, now they can focus on their favourites in battle. That's why we focus on the Z moves this time around." Now, of course, it's not just about this, as a lot of the most popular Pokemon did, of course, get Mega Evolutions in the previous iterations, but it's actually a way to perhaps give the underutilised Pokemon a bit of a boost. And he said, quote, "Previously there were Pokemon that perhaps weren't used too much in battle, and they're perhaps going to come to the fore a bit more, like, I can use this way, and perhaps make a different effect than was previously possible. Each time we make a new game, we think of a particular theme and a particular elements that will work well within that game. This time we have our Z moves, but if a game comes up in the future that we think Mega Evolutions will work very well with, certainly we'll look into it, but for the minute we don't have any particular plans." So basically, for fans of Mega Evolution, it's not necessarily chucked in the bin, it's just put on the shelf for now, as they felt it didn't really fit with Sun and Moon, and they decided to go with the Z mechanic instead. Now, it does sound really interesting. Obviously, I've got to wait to see how it is in action. I do actually have the demo for the game downloaded on my 3DS, so I'm going to be giving that a go and probably writing an article over the weekend about it and my opinion, since I can't show it on YouTube for obvious reasons. But it's going to be interesting to see nonetheless. Now, speaking of the demo, there has been some stuff data mined from it. Not by myself again, I haven't actually played the demo yet. Of course, I'm not a data miner, even if I had. So, if you don't want spoilers, even mild spoilers, abort now. Don't continue watching this video. Okay? We good? Last warning. Okay. Now, there was a video from the YouTuber Cathotics, so I really hope I've pronounced their name right, and I'll link their video in the description below, where they discuss a interesting highlight. Among various movement item data is the highlight that hidden machines, or HMs of course, have been removed. Now, of course, one change that we had fairly recently, which was an amazing change, and I really supported this, was of course the fact that TMs were not just single use like they used to be back in the day. However, HMs are really annoying, as of course they can only be gotten rid of by visiting the move deleter, which basically means that pretty much every person has a HM slave on their team, as they don't want to waste a slot on their big powerful Pokemon for some of these HMs. Now, some of them are good, like Surf for example. I always have on my main Walls Pokemon. Walls 4 isn't too bad, but a lot of them are pretty garbage, and you don't want to waste a slot on your good Pokemon with them. So you're running around with a HM slave and a Pokemon that you don't really want on your party, but it's just there so you can get through a cave with Flash or whatever. Now, if they've gotten rid of HMs, that would be really interesting. So what's probably going to be in their place is something that you can just get rid of and overwrite with the standard moves. Like, say you use Cut on one of your grass Pokemon early game and they learn, I don't know, Leech Seed or something to put over it. You can do. Maybe that's how it's going to work, but we don't know exactly what's going to be replacing HMs. One thing we do know from the demo, of course, is that it does let us roam around the back of a Tauros, who comes with the special ability Tauros Charge, which basically approximates to Rock Smash or Strength, so perhaps that's going to be how they're doing it. It's going to be based on Pokemon's abilities rather than a HM that takes up a move slot. We don't yet know, but their findings do indicate that HMs have been removed. Do check out their video for all the details on how they figured this out and everything else. So, really interesting stuff. I would actually support that, to be honest. HMs, again, are just annoying. TMs being changed to multi-use was amazing, and this would be the last sort of nitpick for HMs and TMs being removed, or just make HMs overwritable, you know, because you don't find a move deleter usually till really late in the game, like usually like the second to last or last town or whatever, a lot of the time, you know, significant portions of the game. So if that's the case, great, sign me up, can't wait. Anyway, that's me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.